Today we're taking an early look at Varka. I know a lot of people are excited for him, me included. Like, look at these attacks after his E here. They just look so cool. The green and the fire color. This cross slash just looks so cool. I was told there is a bug with his E, so we're gonna have to like do something about that. Maybe it's fixed in the meantime, I'm not sure. We are in the creator experience server, so things could change from the live version, but let's just get started with leveling him up, maxing him, seeing what he needs, see if we can prepare in advance. I think there will be a new world boss though. Second character ever that needs the wolf berries. I'm not sure if you guys saw that. We'll see it here in a second. Yeah, the wolf hooks, my bad. The broken drive shafts are here of course as well, but the prismatic severed tail, not. The radiant moon gecko is a new boss here in the new part of Nod Cry. Outside of that looks good though, so we're just gonna go ahead and spam him up. We also do get crit damage on Ascension. He must be a Hexerai character, right? Like he has to be, he's from Mondstadt. I assume he has the new Hexerai set then as well, a day carved from Rising Winds indeed. Let's go ahead and max his signature weapon as well, see what he needs there to raise that. Boreal Wolf's Milktooth, Fractured Eye of the Deep Shadow, the Nod Cry Elites, okay, and Recruit's Insignia. So at least two of these materials are quite old. The Elite mats might be a small issue just because they're still like new enemies, but as long as you farm like 1 or 2 rounds before he drops, shouldn't be any problem. Base stats are pretty standard, 608 base, 33 crit rate. Varka's also an Animo character, which I was a little surprised by, minus the Animo looking weapon here. We are also just going to get his skills up to 6 to see what the weekly boss material is, and to see these materials as well. We need Guide to Freedom and the drive shafts from the land cruisers. New weekly boss? No, it's the chess weekly boss. Okay. So the main thing I like to do for early looks is check out the Constellations because I don't get a chance to do that on my own account. But first we should learn how he works. So we're going to do a pretty casual, quick and dirty talent overview here. Oh, dude, that is sick. So as you saw in the beginning, he actually holds 2 great swords. One will always be Animo damage, and then the other one will be a different element based on your team. It's decided based on the element priority, which is Pyro, Hydro, Electro, Cryo in that order. So I assume if you have 1 Pyro and 2 Hydros, his other blade will still be Pyro. I want to check that. We'll throw Durin in there and just 2 random Hydros. Yeah, it is still Pyro as you can see. So if you have a Pyro in your team, his other blade will always be Pyro. And I assume now that we just removed Durin, it will be Hydro. Yeah, you can see that. God, he looks so cool though, I gotta say. He's so cool. I hate it. I hate how cool he is. His E does have a tap and a hold, but holding E is kind of just like a big jump here. I don't think it does anything. I guess it allows for a plunge. I think when you're in the tapped E mode, there is no held E anymore. Yeah, it just does that, which is like a secondary attack while in E mode. So outside of his E, transforming his normal and charge attacks into these multipliers here, making the normal attack talent yet again kind of useless to raise. His E gets transformed into this 4 Winds Ascension attack, and we would kind of need to be in battle to really see it because every time we hit an enemy, its cooldown gets reset by 0.5 seconds. So instead of pressing E when it's off cooldown, you can do a charge attack for Azure Devour. Just looking at the multipliers, it looks like Azure Devour, his special charge attack in E mode, is a little stronger because it's these multipliers x2. But again, that's just looking at multipliers, which is usually not the whole story. His burst is just an attack, it seems like though. It hits twice, with the first attack being transformed into the element based on team, like it is common with the rest of his kit. From now on, I'm just going to call this infusion based on team the special element because it's kind of a mouthful. His A1 passive gives him a 25% Animo and special element bonus based on his attack, capping out when Varka has 2500 attack. Oh, okay, and then the special chunk here, if there are at least 2 Animos or 2 of the same special elements, this chunk is basically every damage type he does, minus burst I guess, will deal 140% of their original damage. And if you fulfill both of these requirements at the same time, it is 220% instead. And I guess that would look something like this. I would definitely throw Xianyun in there, but there's a part in his skill description that specifically says he cannot perform plunging attacks, so that's sad. He probably would have been too strong like that, I imagine. But yeah, 2 Animos and 2 of any of the 4 main elements will get you the bonus. They just have to be the same. We could still get most of the bonus like this, might be something to test out later, but his A4 passive gives him special stacks when any party member is triggering Swirl, which increases the damage of everything except his ultimate. With max stacks, that is a 30% buff, so pretty solid there. And then with his special Hexerai buff, the cooldown of his second enhanced E will be decreased by 1 second instead of half a second when hitting an enemy. And finally, his jumping abilities cooldown will be decreased by 5% for every Mondstadt in the team. And yeah, we actually do have a full Mondstadt team right now, and you can see its cooldown is quite short, 6 seconds. While we're looking through the Constellations, we'll just try this team. So I went ahead and made the units how I have them on my account. C6 Bidnet Sucrose. Obviously don't have Varka yet, but I got his talents up to 9 here, or his skill in burst. And Durin we got to C2. I also gave Durin this new set because I want to make sure it works. I'm still very confused why he doesn't have a thumbs up here, so I feel like I have to be missing something. 20 crit rate, 25 attack, another 18 attack on the 2-piece. It just sounds perfect for him. It's possible Oblige is still more important if you don't have one in your team, but Bennett is rocking it, so yeah. But sure, let's try the new world boss here. We're just going to spam E again, but now we're going to do a charge attack. Okay, there we go. Okay, is he missing something? Try his burst, just look at that animation. That is sick. We're doing like no damage though. I'm not sure what's up with that. Probably a mechanic of this boss. We have to do something. He has a massive Geo Shield now, but also does Durin have 100 crit rate? He does indeed. He had 80 before. So that set definitely works for him. This guy is kind of insane. Maybe I should read how he works though. Seems like a pretty standard boss actually. We just weren't doing any damage at all. I am recording this much earlier than usual, so it could also be there are still bugs. Nah, maybe not. Maybe it's fine. All right, let's try Varka. Okay, no, that seems good. Unfortunately, Millie Astro Wonderland is not available in the CE server, so we're going back on good old Dorito boss. So we're just gonna do that and then spam, spam, spam. Okay. I mean, yeah, I want to be able to at least do one whole rotation, so we're going to this dude over here. Let's give this a little look-see. So we should be able to just keep doing that until we can do the special E. So that did some decent damage there, and then we'll hold it next time just to see what's going on. All right. Check out his burst, I guess. Probably most of the buffs are gone. I still feel like we're doing less damage than we should, though. Stats look okay. I mean, they could be better, I guess. The set I raised for Durin is actually way better, so we'll just steal that. We'll swap artifacts here. Yeah, stats definitely look better now. We're at almost 3,000 attack. 101 crit rate with the set active. Should be perfectly good now. So we're gonna just do his E there. Oh, okay, yeah, I mean, that's pretty good for sure. We'll try his special charge attack now. Boom. Since he is attacking so much and we have a ping of about a quarter second, it is a little hard to, you know, see what each individual attack is doing. I'm going to get out of there. But I guess one thing we can do is just look at the dude's HP bar after one rotation. He has about 10 million HP and one rotation did about a quarter of that. The point here is less to compare the constellations, but more just to learn them and check them out and see what they actually do. But yeah, that was a C0 run. C1 sounds decent already. Immediately upon pressing E, we will get a charge to do his special enhanced E right away. A 200% of the original damage buff also gets attached to this extra one. We get the lyrical effect, and that is consumed upon the first special charge attack or special E. So let's just go ahead and grab it. I should be able to pick out that number and we can see what 200% of the original damage looks like. If I recall correctly, I did see like a 200 something K in there at one point. All right, but here we go. So we can do that E, and then we should be able to do E again right away. I mean, this one should be less strong now. There was a 220. I guess that was kind of the first rotation. It didn't seem to do too much, but we'll run it a couple more times. Yeah, I think the only real buff we're actually getting here is being able to do the E sooner and have that one E or charge attack be stronger. So to the full rotation, it doesn't seem to impact that much. I think there is a bit of a difference in his health bar. And at least from what I can see, I'll probably have a side by side here. That E's attack did get nearly doubled. So from what I can tell, it's one of those constellations that makes that single instance of damage bigger and more impressive to look at, which is cool, but it doesn't do that much for the overall team DPS. To be fair though, I have only really been looking at the pyro damage, so I'll probably have some post-edit thoughts as well, because on C2, for every 4 wins ascension or special charge attack, we get an additional attack dealing 800% of Varka's attack, which just sounds huge. Sure, let's grab it. Boom, boom. So we're going to do that, and we're just gonna do another E there. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see the animo numbers in between all that mess, to be honest. We're probably gonna just do his burst here and then one more special E. Yeah, okay. So I would say that's usually about where I end the rotation. There is a difference for sure. We're getting pretty close to half of his HP in one rotation. I guess for some context, my C6 Mawika team can just barely one rotation this guy. C3 is skill levels. That should do a decent amount, I suppose. All right, we're just gonna do a double E here. I don't know. There's too many numbers. Let's try his burst. His burst is getting like no buffs so far. I guess that is like a secondary thing for him. That's also kind of a common theme though. I mean, yeah, we're definitely about half now, maybe like 53% or something. It's so close to half, which is a pretty big upgrade. C4 is like a mini Cinder City, a 20% animo plus the reaction involved in the swirl. when Varka triggers it. So in our team's case, it's a party-wide 20% animo and pyro damage bonus. Actually seems pretty solid, especially for a C4, which are like historically pretty mid. At least in this team, Durin should also be doing some solid damage, so it should help him as well. It's definitely below 50% now, but barely. It didn't do as much as I was thinking it would. But yeah, it might have more of an impact when there are bigger sources of damage than just Durin there. So as I thought, C6 has nothing to do with his burst, like none of his constellations do, so I kind of don't even care about C5. Basically, once you have a charge of his E, you can either do a charge attack or a skill. With C6, regardless of which one you do, the skill or the charge attack, he will get a free cast of the other one. So I guess it doesn't really matter which attack is optimal, you'll just do both in every E's case anyway. So that alone is already insane. But down here, we also get 20% crit damage for each stack of Wind's Vanguard we have, which we get when Swirl happens. He can have up to 4 stacks, so 80 crit damage. Just the 80 crit damage alone would have already been like a decent C6, but then like, okay, let's just grab it and check it out. So we're just gonna do E, and then E again, and then yep, there's the special charge attack. We'll do it again, E. We're just gonna keep spamming E actually. We do the special charge attack anyway. We'll do the burst while that's waiting for the cooldown. Yep. Oh no, gotta get out of there. Oh wow, okay, that was actually quite close to a 1 rotation though. That rotation may have went on a little longer than it should have though, if I'm honest. But yeah, dude, that's actually crazy. Let's go in once more. All right, here we go. We're honestly just gonna be spamming the E. I'm not even sure, like his burst might lose us damage at this point, to be honest. No, get out of there. Nah, I think it's probably still worth doing. Oh, I don't know. That was about the same length as the last rotation, and he might be slightly more dead. I don't think there's much point of running through Abyss. We could try soloing with him, which I guess could be interesting because he kind of relies on teammates for the infusion of his other weapon. But since we are soloing, we're going to fully max him. So we're going to go 10, 13, 13 on the talents. And of course, R5 is signature, C6, R5. We're going to go first half because animo damage is increased there. And I assume he should be able to take care of the stuff probably. It looks fine. So yeah, I assume he's just going to be doing pure animo damage now, right? Yeah, he definitely looks less cool. Oh, interesting. It's animo and physical. All right. Yeah, I actually don't know about this, lol. I thought this would be kind of easy peasy, but I think he really needs teammates. All right, now the actual boss. Yeah, I don't know about this, guys. Hold on. Yeah, actually so many things in his kit rely on other teammates. The second Hexerai, swirling for the stacks. Like, he almost may as well be C0 here, actually. Yeah, this is kind of pointless. We're at a minute and a half, and the boss... He is not a good solo character, which doesn't matter because it's not a solo game, but he really can't do anything. We could try pseudo-soloing, like just having Durin in the team, but never even switching to him. So that'll at least activate Hexerai and the Pyro abilities. Yeah, but at least we can do that now. Like... you know, that definitely helps a lot already. Yeah, just having Durin exist here is like a completely different world. It's crazy, dude. I have not swapped out to him one time, and it's a completely different unit. Bro, less than a minute. Essentially solo. Durin, he's just there to exist. It's solo, okay? Okay, now we got this guy. I mean... we're just gonna keep spamming, honestly. We can explode his little apple things because we are doing pyro damage, even without Durin, but we should get out of there. We don't have any way to heal ourselves, so any damage we take is permanent. Should we actually complete this chamber with 4,000 health? Sure. YOLO. Who says YOLO? 2026 Moga. All right, we got to take this. 25% HP. That's at least 2 hits we can take. Oh, wow. He is not taking much damage. Okay, we defeated his clone. He is taking damage now. Some at least. He is stunned for a long time. That is crazy. I think he was stunned for straight up almost 30 seconds. Oh no, 160 HP left. Go do something. Burst. No, no. Oh, we got it. We got it. Technically didn't swap out to Durin. He may have died on the last frame when he also died, but I count it. So yeah, true solo Varka is incredibly mid. It's possible I was missing something, but since this is just the early look and we're on the creator experience server, take everything here honestly with a grain of salt. But I didn't notice a massive damage increase until C6. Like, they were all okay, but none of them stood out to me as anything incredibly special, like it very commonly is with C2. C2 could also feel a little mid because this team is not optimized for animo damage. Faruzan could be a very interesting support, like especially at C2, a big chunk of his damage is coming from animo, but I'd rather save those sorts of comparisons for my own account because we have the test dummy there. It's just easier to see things objectively, or at least more objectively. But all right, that'll do it for the early look at Varka. Now that I've gotten kind of used to the test dummy, it's a little hard to gauge overall strength, but considering this team, which I assume is at least a little less than optimal, like in hindsight, I might swap out Sucrose for Faruzan, but fine. Where are you, Faruzan? Obviously have to get her to C6 as well. Faruzan can hold on to 4-piece Viridescent, right? I just think she usually doesn't because she's buffing pure animo DPSs, but Varka does a lot of pyro damage too. I'm also going to just leave her exactly how she's built and how everyone else was built as well. Like Benny, if I really wanted to maximize team damage, I would swap off Sapwood, but no, I mean, he has R5 now as well. I think even without Faruzan, it's going to be an easy one rotation. All right, let's see here. We are going to start with Sucrose just to, out of curiosity to see if we can one rotation. And if we're still struggling, we will swap in Faruzan. Okay, here we go. He is on field now. I'm kind of just like spamming E and basic attack. Okay, I do got to get out of there. Huh. Actually, weird. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would consider that one rotation. He should have been off field already, but I guess kind of. Can we get a clean one rotation with Faruzan? Probably. Okay, final run for real now. Whatever happens, happens. This video's already gotten too long, I guess. Okay, here we go. I think I forgot to do like burst last time. We'll do it this time, even though, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it does much damage anyway. Oh, interesting. Well, I don't know. It's almost the same, actually. Maybe it was a slightly cleaner one rotation. Again, I feel like he should have been off field maybe 1 E ago. This is why I don't really want to compare anymore outside of the test dummy, because it doesn't give me answers. It's just like, maybe I just did the rotation a little differently this time, you know? But okay, that's where I'll leave it for real now. If nothing else, he has some of the coolest moves, if not the coolest moves in the game. Just that like duo color is so sick looking. It's crazy. I am looking forward to actually getting him on my own account so we can properly test things. But until then, that'll do it. Feel free to leave any thoughts you have in the comments down below. Dropping a like or subscribing if you enjoyed is always greatly appreciated as well. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.